care about us.
No.
He didn't care. That gave rise to Trump. He should have never been elected. Before he was elected in 2000, he got elected in 2008. My mother sent, may God rest her soul, letters to black churches warning them about Barack Obama.
So as you all have just seen, a lady was going on a rant about how she just is not too much of a fan of Obama, and she goes through her many reasons for it, one of the main things being an ungodly one as well. But she was saying some very important things. One, for example, was how she was saying that for his voters, people who voted for him, and even when he was campaigning to get Kamala Harris to be the president as well, how he's not a huge fan of his voters. And I relate that more to how he was with black men in particular, how you seen him in the middle and there was a whole bunch of black men around him, and he was saying that, hey, when I was running for presidency and or was president, I had a fair amount of black men who chose to vote for me, which is great, but I'm seeing that it is the complete opposite for her. And something I find to be interesting is the aftermath of the election and how you have President Donald Trump winning. What I found to be interesting with that was, in terms of all the different categories of people that you can have, white, black, Asian, Hispanic, etc., you notice that black men and black women overwhelmingly voted Democrat as opposed to Republican, as opposed to everyone else. Okay, in terms of everyone that was counted, black men and women were the highest of them. So I found that to be very interesting, that Obama went and said, hey, I don't appreciate that you guys aren't supporting her, but the numbers are saying the complete opposite of what it is that he was saying. If anything, you would have been talking to all these other groups of people and not focused in at all on black people, because as you saw, the numbers don't lie in that regard. So I thought that was very interesting. But moving on to what she was talking about in particular with Obama, she was saying that, she didn't believe that he ever really should have been elected at all. And she was saying how him and other black organizations, Black Lives Matter, that movement in particular, how they're okay with just taking your money. They're okay with saying, hey, I'm with you, I support you, I care about you, etc. Give me your money. Then you give your money, and then they're like, I just can't do anything for you anymore, and then they just don't do anything for them. Black Lives Matter was huge with that because it was a company that was based in Canada. That's where it was started. And then what you saw was that these people went and bought mansions, they bought all this stuff, and they never really put any money into the black community at the rate that they should have, with how much momentum and money that was being raised in that particular organization. But with Obama, she was saying that she just doesn't feel like he's as genuine and he never should have really been in there. And that's not something that's too unique of what I've been hearing. You have a lot of people who, yes, they're still pro-Obama, which is fine, but you also have a lot of people who are not, because they saw what kind of leadership he had. They saw that when everything was said and done, there wasn't really too much of a difference. There wasn't much change that we hoped for, so I thought that was pretty interesting in that regard. But let me know what you all think about said story down below.